civil rights activist James Weldon Johnson put pen to paper. His words would become a unifying call, a hope for a brighter tomorrow, a timeless exhortation to lift every voice and sing.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring, ring with the harmony of liberty. Let our rejoicing rise high as the listening skies. Let it resound loud as the rolling sea. Sing a song full of the faith that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing a rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. Let us march on till victory is won. Let us march on till victory.
There are forces that want to take us back to another place. We don't want to go back. We want to go forward.
That is a heartwarming, wonderful tribute. And we'll be back. For those of you who usually join us for Let's Talk, we want to let you know that our special guest, Prophetess Apostle Marcelle Robinson, will not be with us. She had a family emergency. And so we have our indubitable co-host, Catherine, Pastor Cat, who is on her way to joining us. And we want to make this little time a time of reflection. There's a lot going on in the country, and but there's nothing too much for us to be able to address with the help of God. And I just want to play this Lift Every Voice one more time before our program gets underway.
We go to Arrowhead now for Lift Every Voice and Sing as it's played in the stadium. Yet their hope persisted. Pained by inequality, but inspired by resilience, writer and civil rights activist James Weldon Johnson put pen to paper. His words would become a unifying call, a hope for a brighter tomorrow, a timeless exhortation to lift every voice and sing.
Lift every voice and sing till earth and heaven ring. that the dark past has taught us. Sing a song full of the hope that the present has brought us. Facing a rising sun of a new day begun. Let us march on till victory is won. Let us march on till victory is won. Let us march on till victory.
There are forces that want to take us back to another place. We don't want to go back. We want to go forward.
Amen. We don't want to go back. We want to go forward. Welcome to Let's Talk. I'm your host, Stephanie Anthony. And our country, our state, our city is in the midst of challenges. And some of us have personal challenges. Good morning, Pastor Cat.
Good morning.
Oh, I'm so glad the sound is working this morning. God bless you.
Oh yeah, the sound is working. That's not the issue. That's not the issue. I'm glad that I have a good enough signal for to be on today.
Technological challenges. Well, listen, just today
Yes.
I wanted to give us a little glance back to the time when the song Lift Every Voice and Sing was first introduced, and it became known as the Negro National Anthem. And just recently, I think 2 days ago, a congressman suggested that it be named the United States National Hymn. As you know, the national anthem has been weaponized so that it puts a bad taste in people's mouths. And in his opinion, what the nation needs now is a hymn, something that is uplifting and will bring us together as a nation. And so I figured, I said, we need to look at that song, and it only shows its face usually in February, but I love it, and I have featured it on the show sometimes, and I think I might continue to feature it on the show because I really like it. Lift every voice and sing. Let earth and heaven ring with the harmonies of liberty. And, you know, very recently, our Capitol, our United States Capitol was bombarded by people chanting the words, our house, our house. Well, it's my house too, you know, and it's your house. And personally, I ain't like to see the emblems of the Ku Klux Klan roaming around in the state capitol. That just didn't sit right with me. I didn't like it. And I don't mind if everybody know I didn't think that that should be up and down the halls of liberty. That didn't make me feel good. I didn't like it, not one bit. And as news evolves, we hear that there were policemen who are, still serving. There were individuals who belong to our armed forces roaming and rummaging and rampant rioting. And let us not forget that they were calling for hanging the vice president. They were looking for Nancy Pelosi. They were littering with pipe bombs. And to me, that is not the sounds or the actions of liberty. Now, I done gone on and on. Good morning. You're tuned to Let's Talk. And look, if you want to give us thumbs up. I don't know if they have a thumbs down, but they do, probably. You can give me a thumbs down if you don't agree. This is America. You can say if you don't agree. You can click in and chat with us as we go through this hour of Let's Talk. Pastor Cat. You don't want to say nothing.
Well, we are clear that there are people that have a warp, that think differently, and they have a warped understanding of what liberty is and what justice is and what, how the system should be and who it should favor. So I think I've said this before. It's been 2 weeks since I've said it, but I'm not shocked. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's stop acting like we are shocked.
That's again. I was shocked. Look, I was like, this can't be real. Is this?
Oh,
this one?
No, I'm not shocked.
Somebody gonna come up with a joke and say, just joking. No,
I'm not shocked that they did what they did. They were able to get as far as they were. I'm not shocked. So the smartest thing that we that didn't agree with what occurred, the smartest thing we did was to do nothing. Let them figure it out and let them get justice served on them. So I know that there are some people that still haven't had justice served to them. And of course, life isn't always fair, but it is not our job to try to serve justice.
Well, I want to say this, hats off, salute to Officer Goodman. That was the Black officer that you saw on the stairway, and I was like, he need to go somewhere and get out the way. But I did not realize at the time that he was trying to get them to go in the opposite direction because they had Pence and others sequestered down the way that they were headed. And so he was like, when he pushed that man, he wanted, them to, keep their attention on him and not look down the hallway where they should have been going. He threw himself as a decoy with a stick, And it wasn't until the other day that somebody pointed out that he led the insurrection away from the congressman, and so hats off to him. He really endangered himself and with no backup. He was like, breaker 1 9. They coming, we are headed, I'm like, man, get out of there, lock yourself in the bathroom. They
No,
to back you up, and but there they were. They came. They were like, all right, y'all bad. We got guns too.
Yeah. I mean, well, this doesn't sound bad, but I mean, this is the truth. It's his job, and he took it seriously.
He did.
And to protect the Capitol and to protect the people that work there. And, it's not an easy job to get. Somebody, he just security. Well, that is not one of those just security jobs.
I mean, in the mall.
It's a rigorous background check, the security clearance, and it's not easy to get that position. So it's an honor, honestly, to get that job, be it security, flashlight, light cop, whatever you want to say, at the nation's capital. That is a serious position. And he took his job seriously. So hats off to him, like you said, Sister Stephanie. And I'm proud that he actually stood his ground with the mob.
Really? I would have been gone. I would have been like them that they were at the door, and the people's like, we got y'all number. We don't want to hurt you, but we coming in. And they were like, okay. Went on about their business. We ain't seen no more of them. They were like, yeah, we outnumbered. And that poor man that was squished between the door, and he was hiding. There's a 10-year-old that passed by the news and saw this and was so moved by it that she made him a get well card, about her being so sad that the bad people were hurting him. Now if a 10-year-old can have compassion for someone that she never met, never encountered before, seemingly those people hearing him scream would have backed up and gave the man an inch or two to get out of that situation.
You're expecting something from a group of people that you're just not going to get. If they had compassion, then those actions wouldn't have occurred. And that's unfortunate. So, yeah.
Yeah. You're tuned to Let's Talk. I'm your host, Stephanie Anthony, with co-host Catherine, Pastor Cat Reeds. This program is brought to you by Louisiana Democracy Project, a nonprofit social justice organization dedicated to the people and the best interests of the community at large. We have been hosting this radio program on Saturday mornings since 2007. We invite you to join in with us, comment, and of course, we would like for you to join Louisiana Democracy Project. Its membership is open to all who want to work with others to make a difference. Pastor Cat, one of, we've got a comment, and I can't pronounce the name, but it said, why have you struck the ball on the head? Is that what?
No.
Oh,
that's not what it says.
Let me tell. All right, Mr. Funny. I know it got to be a man. Let me tell you something.
He's talking about me. He's not talking about you.
That's all right. I had one on just like that yesterday. Listen, okay. I have gotten so many compliments on my raps. And let me tell you that since COVID, I have been practicing raps or using raps or experimenting with raps, different styles, different fabrics, different colors, and I am social distancing. I'm not sitting in a beauty parlor with a mask on, hoping for the best. And so one of the things that I have discovered is my part of my cultural heritage. And for those who are not really familiar, I'm from Louisiana. We're broadcasting from Baton Rouge, Louisiana. But decades ago, in the city of New Orleans, the octoroons and quadroons, I know those are probably phrases that are not used to go anymore, but the women of color, mixed blood Black people, were so beautiful, and the women so enchanting that men were always getting them all confused and trying to holler at them. And so they passed laws so that women of color would have to wear their hair wrapped. And I know that for a long time, everybody was, oh, frizzy hair. We got to bake it and straighten it. But the men of that time, thought it to be very, very beautiful. And so Black women had to cover their heads whenever they were in public. And so they made it into New Orleans women then and now. They made it into a fashion statement. And some of the most beautiful wraps that were ever seen, they turned into, because, in the diaspora, women of color do wear wraps rather than hats. And so as I started to wrap, I remembered my grandmother always would put giant bows in my head. I was young. I was like 3 and 4 years old. And I would look in the mirror and think to myself, that bow is as big as my head. So whenever you see me with a wrap with a bow, this style, that's a tribute to my mama Rebecca, who loved herself a big bow. And so there you go. Now, yesterday I wore a knot, and a knot can be worn, for those who don't know, can be worn on top or on the back. And it is a beautiful way of, adorning the head. And it is, that's a queen's knot. It is a Black queen's adornment. And so, Pastor Cat, I thank you so much for modeling the queen's knot for Mr. He don't know nothing, but I love him because he's one of my listeners, individuals. Amen. Listen, the scripture that I use today is no weapon formed against you shall prosper. And that's what you need to wear as your armor today. No weapon formed against you shall prosper. There's a lot going on in the news, and there's a lot going on personally. I was, I know you know Kerwin Feeling of WTQT Power 106.1 FM. We're a part of that family since 2007, and most recently, we've become a part of 247praiseradio.com with none other than Pastor Ivory D. Payne. Well, I know you always accuse me of being a hoarder. But I'm gonna tell you how this relates. Uh,
Okay.
one day, some years ago, I saw Kerwin, and he had on a garment covered in buttons. You do.
Yeah,
And
I
I
remember that.
asked him about it,
Yeah.
and he said that his
Mhm.
mother collected buttons, and he had taken the time to sew these buttons on a garment in tribute to his mother, which he was displaying by wearing it. Well, after that, I started collecting buttons. And I had gotten, me a small jar full, and but it still wasn't quite enough. Well, I was in a resale shop and they were selling buttons by the bag. So I bought some buttons. But then I couldn't remember what I had seen him put the buttons on. I was like, it couldn't have been a bow tie because I would have
Mhm.
had enough buttons for a bow tie. Do you
Mhm.
remember what it was?
It was a jacket.
Well, I called him. My next
Mhm.
mind was go on Pinterest. That's Minister Faith's favorite venue for finding out, how to do crafts. And I said, no, I'm going to call Kerwin Fielding, which I did. And he was like, that was a long time ago. And I think he said his mother's name was Gertrude. And please correct me, anyone, if I have that wrong. But as we talk, we believe that it was a vest. And I said, and it could be that he had done more than one garment, and that's the one that he remembers the best. But anyway, I said, "Oh, Brother Phelan, since COVID, me and the refrigerator have gotten so chummy with each other that I don't have a vest that fit."
Hmm. I don't own a vest.
What?
Hmm.
Well, all ladies with stomachs know what I'm talking about. A vest can be your best friend. A vest can make you look like you got an hourglass figure. I mean, if you put on a vest, I'm talking about a button-up vest. I ain't talking about this new whatever they got out there. I'm talking about a 3-button vest. If you put yourself on a 3-button vest, and especially one that flare out a little bit, you will be looking like the stuff, hot stuff, baby. So, Bruh Feeling said this to me. I got a vest for you. Which,
Oh goodness.
it's probably gonna be 9 sizes too big, but I'll go
That
with it.
doesn't sound like a nice way to say you're grateful for the gift and the thought.
Thank you so much. And so I will be working on putting buttons on my vest. And that's gonna be my Gertrude Let's Talk vest.
That's nice.
Now, as I say this, I started, of course, the show with a heavy heart. This has been a hard week. When I was talking with Kerwin Fielding, he broke the news to me that musician extraordinaire Jairus Cade had passed away. Now, Jairus went to school with Minister Faith. And as a teenager, he came over to our church, Little Rising Sun Baptist Church, and rose the roof. And he went on to, become a minister of music, and he had a wonderful choir. And of course, he was very young. And so it was with shock that I, received that information. So I knew that we had been friends on Facebook. And so I went to Facebook and I was led to his last Facebook Live. And his last Facebook Live, he was singing and playing "It Is Well." And Catherine, you're kind of young, but it's an older hymn. It is well. It is well. It's my soul. Because you had this puzzled look on your face, like, what?
No, I'm sorry. I was reading what the person posted. Sorry.
Okay.
Continue.
But you are familiar with the song. It is well,
Yes.
It is well with my soul. And I thought to myself, what a wonderful tribute. And so Jairus, you made our hearts sing. And we thank God for letting you be with us on this earth for a time. Now, the distraction of Sister Ursula, who is twins with Sister Ursula, and they have made a sauce. It's a multi-purpose sauce that you can put on, your bland dishes. And so they have a show, Cooking with the Unusuals, and it's very popular. It's a hoot. And the other day I was watching their show, and one of the nieces, Ursula's daughter, was trying her hand at cooking something. And she thought it tasted awful. They said it didn't taste awful, but what it needed was one of their sauces. And so they put a little sauce on it, and they was like, yeah, it's fantastic. So I say, I need me some of them sauces. I'm always messing something up. So they have this mango mango something sauce with a whiskey base or something. It's like,
would you tell us, type it on the screen so she won't butcher the name of your sauce, so we can give it its proper introduction to the world. She making smacking sounds and saying mango, and we know that's not the name of your sauce.
So anyway, and I'm gonna put this next person on blast that was supposed to be, because I'm not just out there roaming around in the streets. I try to, if I'm gonna go somewhere, I try to pair it, so that I make one trip do. So I had let them know that I was going to be going the next day to meet the gentleman that was going to be repairing the heater at our church center. Well, he never, he did. That was a wash. And so I did not meet them to pick up my sauce. And so she was saying she still got my sauce. She letting you know, because the other thing was that that the sauce has to be refrigerated. So I couldn't say, leave it outside the church, or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's the sauce conversation. And no, I was supposed to call you and say I'm over at the church center, but the guy didn't, we didn't connect, and so the connections were all messed up. So I want the next batch of sauce. I already paid for mine, because I don't believe in owing folk, not black folk. I believe in paying up front, so I'm not holding up your money. But I'm going to taste the sauce on air and let folk know how I like this sauce. Now, they got another sauce. I don't like hot things. So they got this habanero sauce for people who like it hot. But I'm going for the mango. What's the name of it? I was about to say chutney.
Please type it in the feed.
I'm going for the good old wonderful whiskey soaked sauce. He's not. I'm joking. Pastor Cat going out of the.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. All right. I'll stop. Look, if you want to know something funny, and I do have an announcement that's not so cheerful, which I'm going to get to. But I don't want to start.
Yeah, I think we should
save that for the end of the show. But I thought this was very, I don't want to say funny, but the National Rifle Association has filed bankruptcy. They were under investigation for the misuse of funds because the National Rifles Association is actually association. But apparently they had bought all kind of stuff that they shouldn't have been buying for themselves. And then they started paying off employees not to tell. And now they are in money trouble. And they've got the feds on their heels. And they have filed for bankruptcy. And one site that I looked at says that they have lowered their flag to half mast. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. You can't make this stuff up.
That's funny. We were having some things done here at the house, and in my office, because we're trying to social distance as we have things done, and so I'll either kind of be in a room with the door closed where I can hear them, but anyway, so the guy comes in my office, he knocks on the door, and he's like, "Hey, I just need you to sign this paperwork, whatever." So I was wondering why he was at the door and he was looking at my desk like, okay. Okay.
Oh no.
And he was like, I was like, well, you can come over here. I know we're social distancing, but I was in the middle of doing something on my computer and I didn't want to stop. So I paused to turn to him and he was like still at the door. And I was like, okay, can you bring it over? And so he came, but he was hesitant. And it wasn't until he left that when I walked him, I locked the door, came back in, and I sat down and I looked at my desk. I was like, oh, that's why.
On the desk?
No, I had bullets on my desk.
Oh!
And they were just not just any bullets. They were the hollow point bullets. So I think he was like, this woman is a little...
Look.
Yes, so
look. These times like these. He probably look, I ain't take no sides.
Yeah, he just was looking like, he asked something and I was like, it's in another room and I'm not going to another room. I don't know, all of this stuff, like I was just replayed. I was like, I really had this man scared. He was like, I'll just come back another day.
Look, you had taken the phrase "a mad black woman" to another, angry black woman to another level in his mind.
I don't know, but it's not until I just looked again. I was like, I need to put those bullets up. Still sitting on my desk.
I'm sure the woman would be very happy.
Well, they're not working in my office, but when they come in to sign stuff, they got to come in my office. So, but it's funny. I thought about it again. I was like, I need to move those. They're just
And,
sitting down.
from the view that we have, your office look like it's about 2 by 4. You know, it is. You got a little box there.
Oh no, this is just
Hawkins wide. You know.
No, I have a nice size office. No, it's that's just the little section behind me.
Well, I got a corner. It ain't an office. It's a corner in the living room. I got a bunch of lamps pointed this way.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
it's not.
I don't know if you had come on when I got ready to let you know that let the audience know that Apostle Marcel Robinson will not be with us today. Her mother was hospitalized last night. I believe she lives in Hammond, and so we are praying for traveling grace and total healing for them on today, and so we will reschedule her for another time. You know what? You read too much. I know that reading is fundamental, but this is what she's reading. Read it out to everyone. Pastor Cat.
Oh no, you're not gonna put Pastor Cat out there.
She done mixed them all up. Oh no. I mixed them up. There's a Tennessee whiskey sauce, a mandarin orange sauce, and a habanero sauce. And it's one more that's a mystery sauce. I thought that they had a mango sauce. That's what I was buying. I guess I heard mandarin and was thinking mango.
You heard M. Just so you heard mango and mandarin. Don't sound good. I'm just saying. Mercy.
Well, I'm gonna try one that's not habanero. All right, Sister Clark Holmes. Mercy. And let me remind you of who these twins are. They do prayer in the park up in Baker each year. It's a wonderful activity, and I can't remember, is it in March or May? But it's when it's not hot yet, I believe. Let me shut up. When is prayer in the park? And will it be virtual this year? Let us know, Sister Clark Holmes. All right. And let me say for those who have been with me a long time, they used to come on the noonday prayer hour on Thursdays, if memory serves. Amen. So we still keep in touch. God bless them. Now, President, what, you were about to say something?
You mentioned about their cooking show. What is it on? Is it Facebook Live? Is it YouTube?
Yes, it's on Facebook Live, Cooking with the Unusuals. Now, if I say this right, let me know. They started off, they went to different restaurants, tasting the food and kind of rating it based on what they ate. And the show became very, very, very popular. And then one of the twins, Trey, is a good cook. So Trey started, cooking and calling it Cooking with the Unusuals. Now they still went to, visit restaurants, but actually Cooking with the Unusuals became the show to watch.
Okay.
I think they had one controversy was one place, and they were like,
You couldn't help yourself.
Oh,
You
I'm
couldn't
sorry.
help yourself.
But anyway, cooking is it with the unusuals is a blast. If you want to laugh, if you want to hang out with some sister girls,
What
I
time
don't
to
know,
come
you
on?
gotta let them talk. But look,
But we gotta have them on. Sound like we just doing a whole interview without them.
well, she's talking about Prayer in the Park is
Mhm.
in April or March. See, I wasn't that far off, and it may be virtual or it may be a drive-through this year. But I'm glad to hear that they will be doing uh, the cooking with the with the Prayer in the Park, and they continue to do cooking with the unusuals. And I just wanted to say, wait a minute, what this twin saying? What she say?
She's a good cook, but I'm not licensed chef. I just retired from cricket. You mean the little monogram thing, or cricket? The cell phone people. I'm confused.
It might be a restaurant named Cricket.
I hope not. When y'all picking names of restaurants, don't name it after insects, okay?
Who they put me in the mind of a show. But anyway, while she's letting us know, your question was, when is oh, I see. She's saying that she the retired chef. I'm giving her sister, talking about her sister could cook, but she the retired chef. She's a licensed chef and she retired from cooking.
Oh.
So the unusuals are both good cooks. Let me just put that out there now.
You haven't retired from cooking if she's cooking on the internet.
Well, it's mostly most of the time when I see it, Trey cooking. Now, and she commenting on what she did cook when they wasn't on camera. You got to do this. You got to watch it.
Well, can you tell us when your show is? What time? I'll try to remember.
It's a hoot if you need a laugh. During these COVID times, you need to watch these two sisters. And you say, I'm always smacking, but you gonna see some smacking going on. Look, your president.
Who president?
The president for the next.
There you go. Thank you.
How many days?
I ain't counting.
All right. But anyway, he has done his 13th execution.
Wait, what?
Yeah. You know, there had been a moratorium on executions, federal executions. And so I think it was the end of last week, a woman was executed. And yesterday, a black man was the 13th execution. So he getting them executed on out of there before he leave office.
Anyway,
a lot has been happening, and you really now you can listen to all of the the yang about what's going on. But I've noticed with our president, it's always about 3-4 things going on. And one of those things, well, first of all, he's opening up wildlife protected areas for development. And in one case, he opened it up for bids for and nobody bid. They he in a
probably depending on what's over there that's protected. some jaguars. Ain't nobody going out there with equipment trying to fight off a jaguar.
No, it's polar bears and caribous. It's winter tundra that might have some oil, underground. But that exploration costs millions of dollars. And even the biggest oil magnets are trying to, nobody ain't buy. We all stuck in the house. They got all kind of gas already made, barrels still sitting on
Yeah.
the dock.
They hoping they like go out there and prices is low. Flat.
So
So
they
if we
want,
buy one, get three free. You know?
they not really trying to go drill up, some places that, they don't have no equipment out there, nothing. They got to run everything.
And then they really don't know. It's just maybe there's oil over there, maybe.
But and then it's gonna be 10 years, before they get it up. So Kasi, this is one of the best photographers in Louisiana.
Oh wow.
Kasi Anderson. And when he left Baton Rouge, we lost a talent. He has gone to New Orleans.
Oh, okay. Well, I thought he left the state. I was like, oh, Louisiana. Well, we ain't in Louisiana.
He'll never post, none of his work. He is.
He give you nothing for free.
Look, but I tell you what, he does post all the time. Pictures of his wife and how long they've been married and how lovely she is. Look at her smile. Look at her.
Yeah.
Look at my baby. That's all.
Look at my wife, but don't touch.
Yeah. Pretty poo.
That's right. So you wish you would have picked her, but you didn't, so you're mad now, yeah.
What? What'd you say, Pastor?
I'm just being silly. There's nothing wrong with that. Mr. Anderson, thank you for being a proud husband. They need more out there like you. Set the example. Show them how long you been married. That'll let people know that's what you do.
Just stay married.
Brag on your wife.
Look, he's telling us, I said it was in the frozen tundra, and he's telling us directly it's in Alaska. That's
right. Correct us. We need to know. We talking here. Let's talk.
Yeah, thank you so much for tuning in with that bit of information. Where also in the news, of course, all the time is the pandemic. Now, locally here in Baton Rouge, we were the mayor, that everybody, when she first said mandated mask for the city of Baton Rouge, they all put signs up the places as, mask required, as mandated by the mayor. Now I notice that the signs say mask required or you can't enter. After they people kept getting sick.
Mm-hmm.
So most recently, she has, I think that was yesterday, if not day before yesterday, let us know that we will not be going to backing up to phase 1, but that we are to, if we care about our city, our state, our homes, and businesses coming back, that we need to do the bare essentials to roll back this pandemic. And what's the bare essentials? That's to social distance, to wear a mask when you have to be out in public, and to wash your hands frequently and diligently. That you can't just run your hands under the water. You got to wash with soap and water. And they say wash at least 20 seconds. And I say wash and say the Lord's Prayer. And you will have, that'll be far enough time for you to meet the requirements. So that I know that Pastor Cat, you always have a little pandemic or COVID stuff that you've been listening and watching for. So I'm gonna give you a minute as our time winds down.
Oh, I don't really have any new advice. The best thing we can do is, of course, listen to what leadership is saying. You were mentioning about the mayor saying that we should, the mandate stands, keep wearing masks. It's working. That's the biggest thing that they're seeing is working. Wash your hands with soap and water. And let's not use the cute fancy soap. Let's get old school gold dial. So okay, because old school
Yeah, the
gold,
antibacterial.
yes. And it's not expensive. You ripping and running all through the store, can't find no antibacterial soap, but Dial is in the soap section, just waiting for somebody to come get it next to the Ivory Bar soap. That's where you're gonna find it. Okay. Big old pack for less than $5. You get 12 bars darn near. Okay. So stop acting like you can't find no antibacterial soap. Pastor Cat is telling you they got Dial on every shelf at every store. Dollar store, Walmart, all of it. Dial, the gold bar. Get you some. Put it in every room.
Pastor, that need to be a commercial. They need to be a sponsor.
I'm just saying. Look, my husband was like, "We ain't got no more of that gold soap." I was like, "Nah, I gotta get some more. I'm sorry, my bad, baby. I love you. Here's some liquid. Where you at? Look, I got some stuff hidden everywhere." When you're married, Brother Anderson, you'll understand this. Your wife probably do it to you. You be like, "How will you hear this? They say they ain't got no more bleach, no more toilet tissue." Your wife got some hidden somewhere in the trunk, under the seat, under the bed. She got some hidden.
Somewhere.
So my hint or note for today, if you ain't got, and I said you ain't got no more antibacterial soap in your house, go to the store and look for Dial, the gold bar.
DIAL.
It's antibacterial. Yes, amen, amen, and amen again.
Y'all a mess.
Hey, I'm keeping it real.
You are all a mess.
Y'all around here spending all this money. They get you that bar soap. That soap will last almost a whole year.
Sure will. You know,
he was working
you mess it up is you
come inside. Every time he come inside washing his hands, I'm man, look, the soap got the last.
Listen, I know what you're saying is very true. Because they I don't know if they still do it, but they used to say last year, if you were going in for surgery to get to take a bath in Dial soap, they named it by name. Dial antibacterial soap.
And since you brought that up, Sister Stephanie, there is, and if I pause for a minute and let you talk, I'll go get some. If you get ready to have surgery, they'll tell you this certain soap that you should use to take a bath in. That's the first thing they tell you. Then they say, well, if you don't have time to go to the store, if you have in your house some Dial soap, use that because it's antibacterial. When everything was gone, when people had caught on to the Dial soap and it was gone, people wasn't thinking about that surgery soap. Sister Cat went to the pharmacist and was like, "Y'all got any more of this blase blah?" She was like, "Yeah, we got a whole shelf of it." I was like, "Give me 4."
Well, Catherine, while you go get the blase blah, Sister Catherine Cross, who we know as you, and whose name I've been spelling wrong for 20 years, wants to let us know that she likes Dial too, but her husband needs Ivory because he's got that delicate, skin. And I wanted to tell you right quick that they on what is it, TMZ, they are blasting this movie actor. What's his name? Oh shucks. He's Die Hard 2, Die Hard 3, Die Hard 9, the Die Hard star that went into this CVS drugstore and he had a bandana around his neck, but apparently would not put it on. And somebody had to tell him about it, and then he got in a huff and left. So everybody, not everybody, but some folks are blasting him because he had he had the bandana around his neck. All he had to do was pull it up and proceed to doing his shopping. But instead, he want to get in a huff. So also I saw this on this airplane. They had to hold up the plane because this woman would not she wouldn't put a mask on the plane. Now, for those of you who travel during COVID-19, they recirculate that air in the plane. The only time that plane get fresh air is when they embark or disembark. And then it's getting, unless it's a small plane that's not going into a hangar, then you're getting, you're getting air from the building. If it's a little plane, then they open up the doors and you get air from outside while they are vacuuming and getting fresh snacks. Now, this lady was having a hissy fit until they had to call security and remove her from the plane. Well, let me explain something to you. And there's a lot of people out there that still do not believe that COVID is real. It's real. And they are running out of hospital space. They are, in many cases, calling in refrigerator trucks for the bodies. And you're hollering about your rights. That's like, I keep thinking about this. That's like Typhoid Mary. Way back at the turn of the century, there was this woman named Mary, and she was a typhoid carrier, but she personally did not get sick. But every family that she went to work for got sick, and some people died. And she kept going undercover, working as a cook, and she had typhoid, but wouldn't believe it. And Typhoid Mary almost wiped out a city, because she worked as a cook. She kept going undercover, getting jobs, with the name Mary, because that was a very popular name once upon a time, and causing havoc right and left. And people suffered. Whole families died messing around with Typhoid Mary. All you Typhoid Marys out there that won't even wear a mask,
let me add to that, because I had a conversation with one of my coworkers about this. They have this the face shield that is becoming popular with women that want to make sure they don't have their makeup messed up and they still feel like they're protecting themselves from COVID. The face shield is open on both sides and under. And so my coworker, she posted this post. She was like, "What are you protecting? Your eyes from your eyelashes from the wind?" She said, "Because from a sneeze, from direct mist, because unless you are wearing the face shield with a mask, you're not protecting yourself. So don't be fooled by what you see on TV with these celebrities with these shields on, thinking that you're protected. A lot of these celebrities that you follow from day to day have had COVID, currently have COVID, and don't say anything until after the fact. You see them all over traveling, hanging out with people, and then weeks and months later, you find out they had COVID. And you're like, I wonder when they had COVID because they was posting every day. They were going live every day. And also, Sister Stephanie, you said about with the airplanes. Yes, when the doors close, they're officially cycling in recycled air. It's not until you land and they attach the air hoses in that you get fresh air. Okay. Don't be fooled now. It's fresh air, but it's not open the door and a breeze coming through. They ain't opening windows on the plane, okay?
True.
I think planes now are getting a cleaning they have never gotten before. Planes are germified before COVID. Okay, before COVID. Take it from somebody who used to work as a stewardess on a plane. I know how nasty the planes are.
But she was a tip from Cat's Corner, holding up the plane because she don't want to put on a mask. Like they wasn't gonna make her.
Yeah. Planes are just like they had the challenge the kids were doing where they was licking doorknobs. Planes are just like licking doorknobs that millions of people touched. Because all you're doing is breathing in each other's air. It's like putting on a mask and it's not connected to oxygen. It's connected to the person sitting next to you. Woo. So every time you get on a plane, you better pray. And I mean pray hard. That God cover and protect you. Because all they doing is recycling air. When the last time they changed the air filter?
Some time ago.
Now about it falling out of the sky more so than you getting somebody cold next to you. Okay.
Well, listen. Sister Cross was letting you know that yes, they did say use this if you couldn't find whatever. Oh yeah, what's it called? Herbicide-clean. Herbiclean. Herbiclean. So I might be murdering it, but it's something like that in the blue container.
I think I gave you one. I gave my aunt one. I didn't give you one.
Oh. You gave me Dial soap. I got Dial soap in every bag.
I gave out Dial soap. I gave out tissue paper towels. Yes. Hey, what you call them, gloves.
She was saying about us.
Look, y'all stop acting bougie. With this company, Soft Soap, you know what they sell this. They sell it's a Dollar Tree.
At the Dollar Tree. Yeah.
You see what they say? Antibacterial.
Okay. They was out once upon a time.
But for the kids,
they started limiting 2 per customer.
For the children, you better get you a bar of soap. Because them kids will be in the bathroom just playing, making bubbles, taking bubble baths with it. You be like, what happened to the soap? In that bar of soap. That bar of soap.
I got you.
Hide this. This is in the parents' bathroom only. It appears and disappears every day.
All right. Hide it, she says. Hide it from the grandkids. They will be pumping in your bathroom.
Baby, look, I was a kid once. I enjoyed the pump. When it came out, I was like, what is this? 2 hands of soap.
Well, when I was in elementary school, they put soap in the soap container once a week.
It was all
the one.
Yeah, the old school. It would either leak out, just drip, and it would be a spot on the floor where it was soap, or it was empty all the time. Because kids would just go like this. Because if you just kept it engaged, you could just feel your hand with soap.
We had one cafeteria lady. It would be like half empty. She'd go and, we had the Yeah, she just put water in it, and screw it back up there, you know. And my class,
They say put water in, shake it around, and screw it back on there. Be like that. You be like, that ain't no soap. You be just on that cold water,
no sun. Those were
making it warm by rubbing your hands together all hard. That hose pipe.
it was a giant pipe with holes in it. That's what we had. They still had it
cold. Cold. You know, the teacher get an attitude. You wash your hands with no soap. Yeah.
Same thing for the bathroom.
And get to the end of the line, no paper towels. You just.
All right. I needed that laugh. You know, I want to tell you this. Sister Catherine called me early this morning with some unexpected news to let me know that my classmate since elementary school, Cheryl Lafayette, had passed away. And it was unexpected for me. And I want to thank you, Catherine. Actually, you gave me some words that uplifted me a little bit and helped me when I got ready to call Pastor Anthony Allen and to post in I have not posted on our school page from Capital, but I did send out a text. And I don't know if you remember what you said to me, but you said that she doesn't have to, and I added to it. You say she don't have.
Oh goodness, let's see this remix. Remix. Okay.
She don't have to worry about no more surgeries. Now I think I probably put this in there. She don't have to worry about ringing the bell.
Oh, that's you. That ain't me.
For the nurse to come. And I think Pastor Allen probably put this in there. She don't have to worry about no bad tasting cafeteria food.
Oh, I say she ain't got to worry about. She can have all the good food she want now. Yeah.
And she always loved to dress from elementary school. And when Sister Catherine and I were talking, she and I'm talking about Catherine Yale Cross, she was saying about how she had so much when she moved, she had so much makeup. Well, her mom was the neighborhood Avon lady.
Oh, okay.
And her mom, Miss Lafayette, used to let us have her samples. Now that I'm grown and I realize we went through so much of that woman's profit, you know. And our favorite color, which I know they don't make it anymore, was called Pinkadink Pink. And we must have took every Pinkadink Pink sample.
Was that lipstick? What's Pinkadink Pink?
Pink lipstick.
Oh, mercy.
And we must have took every time she ordered Pinkadink Pink samples. There, all the neighborhood girls on Provo Street had them one. So we made up a song called Pinkadink Pink after the name of that lipstick. So I was thinking,
Well, she definitely can have all the pinkety pink she wants.
That's what I was thinking.
And take as much time as she wants to get ready.
Hallelujah.
And have as many fried pork chop sandwiches she wants.
Glory.
So she is living it up, like the old people say. She wouldn't come back here if you begged her. She is now really enjoying life. So
All
God is
attention,
good. God
all the
is
good
good.
music.
Thank you, Sister Cross, for bringing that, news to Sister Stephanie. I know it wasn't easy. We're going to be praying for the entire class at Capitol, her family, and the staff at her nursing home. So we are so grateful for all, and it has been a privilege knowing her. She is a character, lovely as ever, and she loved hard. She loved Mama, and she loved who she loved, and who she didn't, she just didn't. And that that's life. That's us. Anyway, I know that Sister Stephanie stepped away for a moment, but I just wanted to say to all, during this time, with everything that has been going on, try to find something that brings you joy. Don't let the cares of this world bring you down and ruin your entire day, ruin your week. There is something that will bring you a smile. Sister Stephanie likes certain sweets. So if there's nothing that'll bring her joy, she'll find something tasty and it'll bring a smack to the lips. So just remember that. That's from the Pastor Cat Corner.
Amen. We thank you so much for joining us for another edition of Let's Talk. We ask that you like, share, comment, and if you're watching us on YouTube, subscribe. God bless you and keep you. Make all your conversations useful. Till next time, let's talk.